G'day lovelies and welcome back. Alrighty, welcome to the first show of 2022. This is going to be an update video and I've got a little bonus for you after that just to say thank you for clicking onto it. Alright, I'm going to force myself to get in front of the camera this year because we are going camping. We are taking the show on the road. I'm going to be cooking, camping, fishing, and I'm going to do it all in one. I want to make sure I do at least 2 videos a day of food, so it's going to be really awesome. So I've given myself 3 months because a lot of you might know Harley got me that fridge freezer, which is going to be so important for being able to do all different sorts of things. But at the same time, I'll show you how you can still do everything with the esky and ice as well, which I've done forever up until now. So there's a few things I still have to get. I've got a solar panel to put on the roof of the car for the fridge. But I have to get another roof rack now, like a different one for it, but I want to get a different one anyway. I already bought a Big Daddy swag about 2 years ago, brand new still, haven't taken it out yet, trip it over every now and again, it's like, come on, take me out. And then I even got a fancy little mattress to put in it, so, you know, when you open up the mattress and it goes really big, and then on the way home, the kids are covered in pillows and quilts and you just kind of feed them food through a hole because nothing ever goes back in the way it is. Yeah, that's going to be one of our camping trips. So I want to get the whole kit and caboodle for it because I am filming and I need to recharge everything that all the time. I want to make sure I've got everything. But when 3 months comes around, if I don't have everything, I'm going anyway. So, and then the first trip will just basically show me what I need to do still, what I need to get or whatever, and hopefully by the time the end of the year comes we'll be doing it all the time and I'll have it all down pat. So please be patient with me, it's going to take me a while, but hey, I'm getting there. So that's one thing where the show is absolutely definitely going this year. Now heaps of you guys have asked me for recipe requests and I've got a heap of them, so if you haven't requested a recipe yet, or you have requested one before and I've completely forgotten about it or written it down and lost it, if you go to my community page, I've got a post on there where I'm getting everybody to write their recipes. That way I've got one spot I can go because I've got to like come up with all the ingredients first and I can't get them every week because I don't have enough money to. So I've got to just slowly get what I can afford out of all the different recipes, if that makes sense. And then when I've got one complete one, I can do it. So I can tell you right now, because 2022, I mean, hasn't that come in with a bang, hey? So we've got bushfires, we've got floods, and then I'm not sure about the other states, but here in South Australia, there is no food on the shelves at the supermarkets. And I know it won't be for too long, they'll work it out somehow, but what a pain in the ass when you're actually trying to stock up to start doing it. So when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So that's what we're just going to have to do. We're going to have to deal with it. So you've got to deal with it, so I'm going to have to deal with it too. So I'm always going to put out food recipes no matter what. It's just that they might not be fancy for a while and they might be just stuff straight out the cupboard. For instance, I've been collecting jelly crystals for a year, like any sane person would do. So, I mean, I can get really creative and do it. I mean, the jelly is great in summer and it is also great for camping, believe it or not. So, I'm going to get creative and do a heap of that sort of stuff if I have to get down to it. Now, when it comes to the recipe requests, I'm really sorry, I've forgotten your name, total blank. A lovely lady has asked me what can she do for her child's lunches who starts school this year and doesn't eat bread. So I'm still working on it, but if anyone out there has got any ideas of what this lovely lady could do for lunches for a young child, so I'm not sure if it's preschool or first year of primary school, but if you have got any ideas and your kids don't eat bread either, jot them down in the comments below for me please, because I know she'll read them and it'll really help her out. But I remember she said that the child likes chicken. And I was thinking, you know, like I've got that chicken KFC recipe on there and that chicken is beautiful cold. And I don't know if you've tried in wraps yet, you know, a little bit of lettuce or whatever he eats. The chicken, roll them up and cut them like that. Some schools actually got microwaves in there and they will heat up their meals when they're younger. I know my granddaughter's school, they're allowed to put their lunches in the fridge, which makes a massive difference again. Sorry, I just had a coffee fit. All right, so being able to put it in the fridge makes a massive difference. So for instance, cold platters. You get a little bit of ham and you roll it up and you put it in a little container. A little bit of frites if you're in South Australia, a little bit of pressed chicken or your homemade chicken that you've done, and then all the little bits of veggies and that he likes, and you can make, you know, little salad bowl plate things up. Like fruit salads and stuff are really good as well, but I'll definitely get into it. It looks like we might have a couple of more weeks to work it out. I don't know about you guys, but I think Queensland, the kids aren't going back to school for another 2 weeks now after the school holidays, Christmas school holidays. And I've got a feeling here in SA we're going to be following suit anyway. So that might give us a few extra weeks. Oh, and that's the other thing I wanted to say. Practice now. Like, make a heap of different things for lunch now and give them to him and see what he eats. And that way, by the time school comes around, you would have sorted it all out. But I'll definitely help you out and check out for, look up a few things. But yeah, if our subscribers can help us out there as well. But definitely practice a few things on him while the holidays are here. So, coming back to the request, in about a month's time, I will start banging out all the requests one after the other. It's going to take me that long, especially now with the shelves empty, to be able to come up with all the ingredients I need to do them all. Plus, I don't want to just do any video, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I might have to make 3 or 4 to get the perfect recipe. You know, you have to swap stuff, change stuff, do whatever you got to. And once I've got it really good, then I'll do a video on it. So sometimes, you know, you might not see me for a week, which is rare, but when you don't, it's usually things just haven't worked out, and I've had to go and get more and try it again, and that's just what you have to do. I refuse to put a video up there if it's not going to be something really good for you, because money is too tight, and that's not what my channel's about. My channel's about saving money, making beautiful food cheap, you know, with cheap things. And, you know, we've got to get some nice stuff. That's what I mean. Down the track, hopefully, we'll do some really nice stuff too and that. But we're making cheap stuff nice. And that's my whole motto, is do what you've got with what you've got and make it nice. And, you know, still make it look pretty. Because at the end of the day, we eat with our eyes first. And it doesn't take much to make it look pretty. Alright, I think that's about that for, so about a month for them. Okay. Alright, so for the next month or so, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put new videos up of new recipes, but in between them I'm going to be redoing a lot of my old videos. Now, I have to redo a lot of the photos anyway for the cookbook that's going to be coming out sooner or later. I've got to start getting my shit together. So what I'm going to do is redo and revamp some of them as well, and redo a few of them, because I've got a lot of really good recipes from way back when, but the lighting's really bad, my editing was really bad, and the whole thing was just painful to watch. So and they haven't got hardly any views. So I'm going to redo the really good ones that I want to put in cookbooks and that. And so that's what you'll be getting this month. You'll be getting new and old done new. So my first cooking video will be next Monday, and it's going to be a jelly slice. So for this week, to fill in the week, because I don't have enough food to do anything, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any either, is I thought rather than waste a week and not do anything, there's a lot of things that I wanted to sit here and talk to you about anyway. So I'm going to pull a few videos out this week. I've just sitting here talking to you about parenthood and what I got for Christmas is one of them. I'm going to talk about weight loss in another one, and then I've got a camping cooker, little gas cooker thing that I've just bought, but I already bought one, and Harley was going to Kangaroo Island maybe 6 months back now, and he's claimed it straight away, and he got back and he said it was absolutely brilliant, so I bought another one straight away. So I'm going to do a review on that as well. So I'm going to do some videos that are to do with food this week, but I'm still going to be doing some videos of things I've really wanted to say, and then as of next week we kick it back off and we get into food. So for today, as a thank you for clicking onto my update video, we're going to do our first cooking video of 2022. We are going to be making one of my favourite salads, which I have lost the recipe for ages and just happened to find it. I am missing a couple of ingredients, so as you might know now, I'm always missing something and always swapping something or doing whatever. But in the description below, I will always write the exact recipe how it is, and then you can mess it all up yourselves in the way you want to as well. So we're going to be doing Hoisin chicken salad. Like I said, missing a couple of things, but it's okay. A couple of things are better than nothing, right? And I think we're going to have to get used to that over the next couple of months by the look of it. So, with no further ado, now we're going to go and make a video. Alrighty, so what we need first is 4 chicken breast fillets. If you only have thigh fillets, you want 1.5 kilos. So the first thing we want to do is get out a large bowl and we want to cut them all up into nice thin strips. Alright, so once we've done that, as you can see, I've sliced them thin and then the long ones I've cut in half. Set that aside for a minute. Now we need to get out a mug. So what we're going to need for this marinade is hoisin sauce, sweet chili sauce, either fresh or jarred garlic, and dry sherry. First we need 1/3 of a cup of the hoisin sauce, 1 tablespoon of sweet chili sauce. Now you want 2 fresh cloves of garlic crushed, or 2 heaped teaspoons of the jarred garlic, and 2 tablespoons of the dry sherry, and then mix it in really well. Once we've done that, pour it all over our chicken, and then just get a spoon and mix it in really well until all the chicken's coated. Once we've mixed that through really well, we want to glad wrap it and we want to stick it in the fridge for a minimum of 1 hour, but you can leave it in there for up to 24 hours. So this part you can do the day before if you want. Alrighty, now we're going to make the dressing, because the dressing needs to be in the fridge for a good hour as well. And this is also something that you can make the day before and leave it in the fridge with the marinated chicken. So what we're going to need is lemon juice. Now, I haven't got any lemons and they're ridiculously priced. This lemon juice in these bottles that you can get is absolutely brilliant. They're only like about $1.20 a bottle, and why not? We need some olive oil, some light soy sauce, sesame oil, and some sugar. So if you light soy sauce and the sesame oil, you'll find in the little Asian section of your supermarket. Usually it's in the same aisle as all your sauces are in, but down a bit further. First of all, we need 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice, and you can also just get fresh ones if you can and do it that way too. Now we need 1.5 tablespoons of the pure sesame oil, 1/4 cup of the light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of plain white sugar, and 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. Alright, now we want to put the lid on and shake it up really well. And then we bang it in the fridge till we need it. Alright, so now we're going to cut up all the veggies. So the first thing we want to do is get a really big bowl out. So that's the biggest one I've got. You want it really big so it's really easy to mix everything up with later. So the first thing I'm missing is sugar snap peas. Now you're supposed to have 150 grams of them, which is just one decent handful. Now the reason I'm missing them is they had them there, but they wanted $9 for 250 grams. So it would have been about $6 for the handful I needed, and I refused to pay that for them. I just can't afford it. But if you have got them, or you can get them and they're cheaper somewhere else, you want 150 grams of the sugar snap peas, so just a handful. You want to put them in some water and boil them, and then once they're cooked, drain them out really well, let them go cold, then slice them long ways nice and thin, and they go in now with what we're putting in now. The next thing we need is we need half of a small Chinese cabbage. So this was ordered from Woolies, and I got delivered. I ordered half a cabbage, Chinese cabbage, and I got a whole one, and it's freaking huge, so whatever. Alright, so I'm going to split it down the middle, and then I'm going to work out roughly what half a small one would be. So I reckon half of a small one, if I take it to about here, I reckon that's perfect. Take that away. Now with this, I'm just going to slice it up really, really thin and chuck it in the bowl. I'll have to give it a quick wash first. Alrighty, next we need 4 spring onions. Alright, now we just want to slice them nice and thinly on an angle and chuck them in there. Now we need 1 medium red capsicum. I got delivered a small one. Well, what do you do? I want to cut it up, gut it completely, get all the white out, cut all the white off, and then slice it up nice and thin and chuck her in there. Next thing we need is the bean sprouts. I couldn't get them anywhere. I'm absolutely spewing because they really do make this salad beautiful with them. So if you can get bean sprouts, you just want 1 big handful and throw them in there. Now because I don't have the bean sprouts or the sugar snap peas, what I'm going to do is use 2 medium carrots instead of 1. I'm going to peel it, cut the ends off and grate them. Alright, once we've done that, we now need 1/4 cup of chopped fresh coriander. Now if you like coriander, put the 1/4 cup in. If you only like it a little bit, just sprinkle a little bit onto it. And if you don't like it at all, just leave it out. Maybe put some parsley in instead. Alright, now that we've done that, don't forget your sugar snap peas. Cut them nice and thin and chuck them in too. Alright, I leave it like that. I don't mix it because now I'm going to wrap it and put it in the fridge, and everything heats fresher in its own piles. So if you just leave it like that until we're ready to put it all together, it'll be a lot nicer. So yeah, wrap it up, and you can also put this in the fridge now until tomorrow if you want. Alrighty, I just want to apologise to you guys for the video coming up so late tonight. It's been 40 degrees here today, and I've had the house full all day, and I've had to do bits in between it all, and it's 6:30 South Australian time already, and I still haven't finished, and I've still got to edit, so yeah, apologies there. Okay, so the last two things we need is we need a packet of thin egg wok ready noodles. So this is a 440 gram packet, but we only need half of that. So inside these packets, they come in packs of 2, so we only need 1 pack, alright? So we want to cut them and have them sitting there ready to go. Now if you don't like them, you don't have to put them in, but if you do like them and you do have them, definitely put them in. They're absolutely awesome in there. So you need 1 cup. Now, Harley can't eat nuts, and I think he's coming through in the morning to grab some for lunch tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is, instead of putting the cup in, so when we go to mix everything in at the end, you'd mix the whole cup of them in, I'm just going to leave them, and then when I'm doing my own bowl, I'll just sprinkle some on top, which you can do as well if some people can eat nuts and some people can't. You can just sprinkle them on the bowls after. Alrighty, now we've got everything prepared and ready to go. The next thing I'm going to do is get out a big frying pan. Okay, roughly a tablespoon of oil. I've got a big fry pan, so I'm just going to throw it all in. So you want to throw it in, juice and all. And we just want to keep flicking it around and cook it until it's cooked through. If you're not sure, take a piece out and cut it. If it's cooked, take a bigger piece out and cut it. If it's cooked, pull it all out. Okay, once our chicken is cooked, turn it off. Now what we want to do is I'm going to put it into 2 bowls so it cools down quicker. But as you pull it out, you just want to drain off as much as you can and then put them in the bowls. Once we've done that, we want to throw our noodles in. The heat from the frying pan will be enough to do what we've got to. So we just want to loosen them all up, get them in that juice, flick them around for about 30 seconds. Alright, after about half a minute, get some tongs, drip them off a little bit, as much as you can, and throw them in a separate bowl. Once we've done that, we're going to let them sit there until they've cooled right down. Alrighty, now everything's cooled down, we can finally put it all together. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is grab the noodles and put them in there. Now if you're putting the cashews in, you put your cup of cashews in now too. Alright, now we're going to mix this lot up first. Once we've done that, get our first bowl of chicken. Take it all off the top because there'll be a little bit of juice in the bottom and you want to leave it in the bowl. And then mix the first lot in, and then put the second lot in, and then mix that in. Mate, the smells coming out of that is friggin' amazing. Now, we normally eat this as a main meal. It is a salad, but we eat it as a main meal. So if you're going to have it as a main meal, it would serve 4 to 5 easy. And if you're going to have it as a side salad, you probably get 10 serves out of it. Okay, dressing on. Good shake up first. Mix that through. Put a couple of the cashews on top just for show, for a photo, and then I'll take them off. Absolutely amazing salad or main meal. It is so bloody beautiful, it's not funny. So definitely give this one a crack. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves an awesome night, and I'll see you really soon. Toodles!